Let's see. So yeah, I'm not sure who's. I think there were a few people waiting in the chat in the waiting room there for the live stream. If you guys can hear me, please drop a note in the chat, just so I know that it's working and I won't be recording a live stream on my own like I did last time. So let me just put a message there. Can you guys hear me? Let's see. Okay. Okay, great. Thanks, William. Okay, good, Robin. Welcome, guys. Sorry for that delay. I'm still new at this live stream stuff, so welcome. Hey, Thomas. Thank you, guys. All right. So, what you hodling? I'm John, as you know, and today is Rex Day 120. Basically, the past couple days was just the Thomas AMA, and that's what we'll be talking about today. So, and yes, there is another referral giveaway. So some of you crazy folks are still participating in auctions. So I still got to give out these referral giveaways. So thank you very much. And if you guys don't know, you can always check out in the in the Telegram chat. You just click on the Rex 2.0 talks. You can click on audio files, and they'll give you a list of all the recordings in case you didn't know. So you can always listen to the two AMAs. One was yesterday, one was early today. And of course, a slight recap by Kelly, one of the chat managers. So yeah, Thomas AMA. So that's what dominated the last 2 days. If you heard the first day, second day is basically the same thing. And most of it was also covered in the Rex 2.0 airdrop document that he released. So when Testnet, when launch, I didn't spell it incorrectly on purpose like that. Airdrop, price of Rex 2. So Thomas did mention, an approximate price that he thinks that Rex 2.0 will launch at. Multi-chain, which you guys know, has been a big deal. And essentially there were 7 networks listed on the first AMA, and then I think he added an 8th today. So we'll get into that. Also Emrex. I'm not sure if you guys have been looking at the Emrex prices. There's some price action going on, and I think it's mainly due to yesterday's AMA, and we'll get into that as well. And naming of Rex 2.0 and Ultra Rexican status. So when Testnet, when launch. So essentially Thomas kind of made it clear that Testnet isn't all that important, only because, with Rex 1.0, they did Testnet for a long time. People were testing it, community was testing it, but they weren't able to find, that exploit there, that bug, so to speak. So, for him, he feels audits is the way to go. So definitely is going to be a smart contract audit. I'm not sure he's going through tech rate again. I think he may have said that. Who knows? But the most important one is the economic audit. I'm not sure if I heard correctly in yesterday's AMA. And if I did, please correct me if I'm wrong. Basically, he said that economic audit is going to be around 200 to 300,000 euros. Wow, I'm not sure about that. But again, I think that's what I heard. But maybe he misspoke. But let me know if you guys know for sure. Limitless potential, welcome. So yeah, and all this will take some time. So essentially, when Testnet when launch is to be determined, and essentially he doesn't want to release pieces of Rex 2.0 for us to test. He rather releases it in its entirety, the full thing, so we can see all the components and whatnot. And I agree with that. There's no point in testing fractions of the entire project there. So it's better to just wait, patiently for 2.0 testnet, and then eventually Rex 2.0 launch. So yeah. Oh, thanks, William. So it is 200 to 300,000 euros. Wow. So I guess we all contributed to that. All as early adopters when they drained that pool there, right? Holy smokes. So yeah. So we'll have to wait and see. But, obviously we can't expect it to happen overnight. So just be patient. I know a lot of us can't wait to hopefully get some money, make some money back in 2.0, but we'll have to wait and see. So talking about Airdrop and Rex 2.0 pricing. So Thomas mentioned that he's going to basically do the airdrop most likely on day 1 or day 2. He's not entirely 100% sure yet, but it's going to be definitely not day 0, but day 1 and 2. Hi, Matt. Welcome to the live stream. And there will be dollar value weighting, which he mentioned in the paper and as well in yesterday's AMA. So, obviously depending on, how much you put in, there's going to be some type of weighting to that, which is important, I think, considering, it's so cheap now. If we were to look at the price of Rex, what is it right now? Yeah, it's like 6 leading zeros, 8, 3, 6, 7. So Emrex kind of came back down a bit. I saw it at around $98 at one point. So, if you look at the chart, it's, almost looked like an elephant's trunk going down there. But, and Thomas did advise that he doesn't, hey T-Build, welcome to the live stream. He did mention that, he doesn't advise people to, continue purchasing Rex 1.0. But he did say, of course, if you see value or you see, something that will work for you that you want to do, or potentially want to load up in case, someone builds a layer 2 on top of it, then, then I'll have some value. But like he said, he doesn't advise to purchase it. That's my stance too. I don't advise buying it. So, prices continue going down. So anyhow, Now, on top of that, the dollar value weighting and the day 1, 2 airdrop, he did previously mention that, the proportion that us Rexican 1.0s would get would probably be between 5 to 25%. And he said, in yesterday's AMA that it'll probably be somewhere in between. So we're looking around 12%. And I don't know how these numbers worked out, but essentially the total Rex 1.0 in its entirety is approximately 120 billion. Now, and he did say that, hey, they're going to probably launch Rex 2.0 with a 1 trillion token supply, excuse me, which I guess coincidentally works out to be 12%. So, they're in chat, people have been throwing around 1-to-1 ratio airdrop. So it might be possible. You might get what you get, but then, we're only 120 billion or 12% of the 1 trillion supply. So, so it's highly possible. And the Rex price, that I'm surprised he already had a price, but essentially said, the 2.0 price will probably start around 0.0005. So that's 3 zeros and a 5. And that'll be around, approximately 60 million. So 0.0005 times 120 billion, you're looking at about $60 million airdrop that'll be going to us Rexican 1.0s. And he did mention that he is looking into a potential or possibly a vesting period for whales or those addresses with a large token amount. He does want to make it apparent that he doesn't want to penalize whales or the early supporters who poured in a lot of money to help build Rex. So he doesn't want to penalize them. If anything, he does support whales, but for the sake of the price and people dumping and the community worrying about whales dumping, they might do like a vesting period. Now that vesting period, it was maybe 5 days. He mentioned maybe around 5 days or so. He doesn't want to make it long. Like he said, he doesn't want to penalize the whales or the early supporters. So And Matt says, when you said value weighted, does this mean it is based on what you spent on your Rex Classic? I'm I believe that's the case. Is somewhat dollar value. Yeah, I think that is the case. It's I'm not sure exactly, but from what I heard and what I read so far, yes, is around there. A dollar value weighting, a longer pays better multiplier, or earlier rather. So it may not be exactly dollar value weighting, but it has to be taken in consideration, right? I mean, and yeah, that's right, T-Bill. I will get into that. So yeah, auction is short and won't be 365 days. He said around 220 days. It'll be shortened for sure. So yeah, and yeah, we'll get to that. But yeah, and initial liquidity, they are putting in 500,000 in liquidity, and they're gonna build out something where other investors or people who want to contribute to the liquidity. So it has a potential of being 5 million, but initial is 500,000. That's what he said. So, hey, at least there's some money there, albeit our money, I'd say. Multi-chain. So yesterday, Thomas listed about 7 of them, and today he added an 8th. And he did mention that we will most likely be airdropped Rex 1.0 and 2.0, because it only makes sense since, Rex 1.0 still exists. And welcome, no name there. Hello, guys. Yep. Welcome to the live stream. And yeah, so essentially the ones he named was Harmony, Avalanche, Hedera, Solana, Polygon, Phantom, Pulse Chain when it gets launched. And then today someone mentioned if we can add Terra to the list, and he says sure. So yeah, so that's basically all the chains that will be going on right away that Rex will be expanding on immediately. Did mention that for the ETH network maybe later. Obviously he won't rule it out, but for now, due to the ETH gas prices and fees and whatnot, it's just too high. And he said it's for the rich, right, if you want to call it that. But who knows later on if Rex 2.0 does well and the community does well, then we might move over to the ETH network. So that's what he was talking about. So yeah, so it'll be interesting. Lots of projects are going to all these different chains there. I've seen it. Now Emrex, there will be utility for Emrex in 2.0, in Rex 2.0, and that's probably why there was a lot of price action yesterday. It's kind of calmed down a bit today. As you guys know, it's no fees, and he did mention now that there is a possibility and most likely an auction boost, maybe about 5 to 15% more. Basically because Emrex, the purpose of it in Rex 1.0, besides, the scraping and moving and naming and all that type of stuff, was, you got more referrals, right? It helped with your referrals. So in a sense, I guess in lieu of those referrals, we're going to get, possibly a boost in the auctions that we participate in. So that's great. And like T-Bill mentioned in the chat, the auction period is going to be shortened. So Thomas feels it should be a little bit shortened. It should be about 220 days or so. And he feels it shouldn't be so long. He feels that having a shorter period will also help his price. So that remains to be seen. T-Builds ask, let's see here, why is he talking about adding other chains now when 2.0 is still being worked? And how hard is it to finish the last 10% of the code? I don't get this part. Yeah, T-Build, I think he's still working on, I guess, some of the mechanics or tokenomics, I would assume, crunching the numbers, making sure the smart contracts, and also, there's different things that the community has been asking. So, he has to implement or at least incorporate some of that stuff there. Barry, welcome. Let's see here. Okay. So yeah, nothing's set in stone, guys, for Emrex. Like, he's still trying to figure it out. So there won't be an Emrex 2.0. Emrex will be used in Rex 2.0. So we'll see what happens there. And I guess maybe that's also a reason why, he still has to finish the last bit of code. So Rex 2.0 and Ultra Rexican. So going forward, Rex 2.0 will be known as Rex. And for good reason, because, they dumped a lot of money for the marketing, creating the website and stuff like that. I don't think they're going to rename it or, pay the marketing company to change it again. It's a lot easier to just say, hey, Rex 2.0 is going to be called Rex. And Rex 1.0, I don't think he has decided concretely on the name, but it will be changed. So possibly or most likely Rex Classic. That's been thrown around. So it's kind of like, Hex being called Hex on the Pulse network as opposed to being called PHEX. And then now Hex on Ethereum is going to be called EHEX. So yeah, it's basically the same idea there. As for the Ultra Rexicon, some people have been asking, what if I collected some, BNBs and haven't claimed them yet for the Ultra Rexicon status. Thomas hasn't decided if it will be carried over to Rex 2.0. He has to give it some thought. There wasn't any mechanism or anything built to Ultra Rexicon besides the fact that you just get up to 25 BNB in referrals and you collect them at one shot. He hasn't, there weren't any prizes or any gifts that were designed. He was going to do that at the end of the auction period after the 365-day auction period. So we'll see. I mean, it'll be nice. He could develop something, he said, some type of contract that can read it. So it would be good because it would be a shame that there isn't an Ultra Rexicon. And he did say that, for the Ultra Rexicon, it's important for them to be recognized because that means they onboarded a lot of people. And it makes sense that they help the project grow. So I would say that's a good idea there. Let's see here. And yeah, so I mean, I thought it would be long, a lot of stuff, but it isn't. I mean, most of the stuff he covered already. Everything's basically the same. He just reiterated what he said yesterday in today's AMA with, a little tidbits of information here and there. But, did you guys read listen to the AMA today at all? The recordings or live? Not sure, but, we'll see what happens. Kelly's been doing a good job moderating and doing the chat management, so that's great. Yeah, and as you guys know, milestone giveaways, they're peanuts, but I'm still doing them. 439 subscribers, so 7 more than my last stream there. So thank you guys for continuing to watch Rex updates here on this channel and continue to subscribe. Really appreciate the support despite the current status of Rex 1.0. And again, people are using my referral code. So if you guys are crazy enough to continue to participate in auctions, please use my referral code. It's in the description of this video. And I will continue giving out free stakes every time I accumulate 10,000 or more. And now that it's so low and cheap, I will only be using one winner. That doesn't make sense. It'll be a lot of fees. Let's see here. Okay, Rack, welcome to the stream. Yep, you heard the recording. Yeah, same here. I live over in the East Coast, and those AMAs are way too early for me, so I had to listen to that. And yeah, he did mention that they are going to have, a weekly AMA, typically every Friday mornings. That's best for him. That sucks for people like us over here in the East Coast. It's just really early. And yeah, so it's good. At least that's constant engagement and updates with the community. I think that's important to keep morale and to keep everyone's spirits up and excited about the upcoming project. If you're still interested in Rex, right? Now, obviously, many people have been turned off, and I don't blame them. They're totally entitled to that feeling there. T-Build, you should change your name to what you HODL'ing 2.0. Hey Harris, welcome to the live stream there. So yeah, let's do this giveaway now. And as you guys know, I'm going to pick the, where is it? The video from the last stream. Where is that? Okay. There we go. So we'll get the, where's that share button? Here we go. So how are you guys doing this Sunday, I guess, afternoon or evening for some of you folks? How are you guys doing today? Yeah, Jack still not showing his face, but hey, can you blame him? Can you imagine how many people probably want to kill him right now? And I'm sure he fears for his life. And I don't know. There's people talking about how they've doxed him. I think Adam was one of them in chat, Adam M, if I'm not mistaken. That they know who he is and not sure if releasing that information is good or bad. I don't know. 25 unique comments. So let's see who the lucky winner is for this 30. How many is it? 30,784. All right, let's do this. So the winner of this stake is Kelly Snow. Wow, Kelly. I think this is the second time you won this. So her comment was, "Hey Jay, thanks for keeping on." Kelly, thank you. I'm glad you won it again. 100%. You've been putting a lot of effort and time and dedication as a chat manager. I guess that's your title. And you're doing an excellent job. So keep it up. I really appreciate it. I'm sure the community feels the same way. So thank you so much, Kelly. Reach out to me on Telegram and I'll send you that stake. So yeah, congrats once again. All right, guys. So let's see what's going on in chat here. On the first auction on Rec 2.0, we will ruffle Thomas's address, I guess. Yeah. I'm not sure. No name there. We'll see. Matt, people are talking about getting to fix Rex Classic. Do you think this is possible? Yeah, Matt, there was talks. I can't remember who it was. It was probably maybe mid last week or a week ago, talking about some, layer 2 with, I think, some Rex 1.0 burning involved and whatnot. I didn't capture the whole concept or idea there, but there's definitely people in the community looking to, I guess, salvage the Rex 1.0 protocol. And yeah, T-Build's rigged. Yeah, it's funny. People are looking into it, and I'm sure if someone has figured out a way or has a great idea, we're gonna find out about it in chat. You guys know Telegram chat, it's pretty up to date, lots of stuff flying through there, a lot of information, so it's definitely a great place to connect. And at least the Rex chat isn't exactly like Hex where you're gonna get banned for talking about other coins, but I know Rex 2.0 chat is basically heading in that direction or is already in that direction. So yeah. William says, he said something about a layer 2 on but why waste time? He said just start new. Yeah, maybe people just see like, hey, right now I think right now you're getting about 13% a day in Rex 1.0. So some people are speculating, they're multiplying their bags, they're restaking. I'll be honest with you guys, all my split and double and split, I think it was about maybe 2 days ago, I finally actually just like scraped everything and all my other stuff, combined it into like a one large stake just to save on fees and, scrape and sell whenever I can. So that's basically what I've been doing. Let's see here. Rack says, do you agree with Thomas that adding to other chains with suppressed price seems like it would, especially on 7 chains? Yeah, this was brought up in the AMA yesterday, and I can't remember exactly what his stance was on it. He did say that, it made most sense. If he's going to just launch Rex 2.0, might as well go on multiple chains. I'm not exactly sure in terms of the airdrops, how it would work in all these chains. And yeah, if we're on all these chains, how would the value work and whatnot? Would it be something where it's like, Pulse chain where you get a copy of it? So yeah, you have a price discovery on the new chain and you have, some, market balancing on the existing chain, which was ETH, right? I'm not too sure about that. Remain to be seen. Curious. So, I have to say there's quite a bit of sentiment. I'm noticing the sentiment being more, I guess, positive for Rex 2.0. or maybe people realize that, hey, there's no point in, looking back, just focus going forward. And when Rex 3.0, right? I'm not sure. I hope that never comes, Jack. Lots of people are in your group, in your camp that, there's going to be a 3.0. So who knows? And like I said in my last stream, I'm giving Thomas the benefit of the doubt. And I hope that Rex will do really well once it gets launched again. And I don't know. Depends on the marketing. At least they have that in their pocket. And he did mention in terms of marketing, the marketing agency is going to be doing stages in marketing. So, they'll target the largest group and eventually move on to the next group and so forth, all the way down to senior citizens. So that'll be the last target market and audience that the marketing company will go after and promote to. So that's basically it. It wasn't a lot of information, I guess, but at the same time, listening to basically 2 to 3 hours for both days AMA was a lot, and a lot of it was stuff that he already mentioned in his pinned posts. So it wasn't anything exactly new. Most of it was also covered in my last stream. So if you guys haven't watched the last stream, check it out. And today was basically just some added material. If there's anything I miss, please let me know. It's kind of hard to capture everything and then remember all that and then create the visuals for the stream. So I appreciate you guys joining the live stream. I'm going to be doing more and more live streams and hopefully get better at it. And maybe I'll get a video camera set up and whatnot, and I'll dox myself because eventually I like to get into that. William, a lot of it's repeating info, same questions asked different. Agree. And, there are some questions asked that are there's no way that he's going to be able to answer those questions. So, we just gotta, we're at Rex 2.0 Mercy right now. Just hang tight. In the meantime, we can't research other projects. I know some people have been mentioning other projects to me and whatnot, and I appreciate that, guys. Feel free to show me your coins. Let me know if there's anything you want me to look into or talk about or do a video on. I'd be more than happy to do that. The crypto plan and DeFi group at WhatChain, they should launch on Pulse. Thank you for joining the live stream. Pulse Chain was the 7th network that Thomas plans to launch Rex 2.0 in. Obviously, when Pulse is available, he will be going there. So it depends when Richard Hart and Co. decides to launch Pulse Chain. As you guys know, it's already public testnet. So if you guys are Pulsians, I hope you guys are playing around with it and checking it out and getting yourself familiar. So when it goes live, you know what's going to happen. Definitely Rex will be on Pulse. Let's see here. He didn't estimate release date. What's your guess? November, December? T-Belt, audits take a long time, and he did mention it's going to take weeks. So, and I don't think they haven't completed the code, right? So they have to complete the code. I think they're 10% or just shy of 10%, the last maybe 94% done, something like that. Once that's all complete, I'm pretty sure they're going to do a run and send it out for the smart contract audit, which is to find for any backdoors, for any, coding errors and stuff like that. Unfortunately, it won't check for omitted code like the TREX scraping exploit. Welcome, Scott. You're very welcome, by the way. Thank you for watching. And the most important one is the economic audit, see if sustainable. And I guess that's why the price tag is about, around 200 to 300,000 euros. That's a lot of money. For all of you who are thinking about creating your own coin and whatnot, and thinking about going in a certificate deposit route, think again, guys, because those are costly. And, just to think that Hex did 3 audits, I mean, there's so much weight audits can carry, right? But nonetheless, 3 audits, Richard Hart, has the money, and so yeah, he can afford to dump that out, and rightfully so. I would too if I had that kind of capital resource and I was starting my own coin. I would do the same. It's really important. Amit Gupta, welcome to the chat. Live stream. Thank you. What are your thoughts on staking the airdrop tokens on day one? I think the APR will be pretty high for the first day. Good question. First off, Thomas did mention that the APR will be much lower, and of course, I think we're doing about 3.99 or 3.98% inflation. Rex 1.0 was supposed to be 5% inflation. There have been people talking about, since we don't have an OA wallet, and he did talk about OA wallets. And I'm just going to talk about that quickly before I address your question there. So yeah, he talked about the OA wallet because people mentioned, hey, why not have an OA wallet just like Hex? Then we can kind of sustain the price and keep that liquid Rex locked in an OA wallet, so this way we can have price appreciation. So basically, and this is pretty interesting, Thomas is actually on the opposite side. He doesn't agree with the OA wallet. He thinks it's unnecessary. Basically, with the OA wallet and with respect to the higher APR, yeah. So let's say 50 or 90% of the liquid Rex in a so-called OA wallet. And you'd be earning inflation on that amount plus whatever is circulating and available, then you get higher APR that way. And simply Thomas said, we can just issue higher APR from the get-go. But of course, there are some complications with that too, obviously, because, when you offer a higher APR, you get more coins, more interest. And if there isn't an OA wallet and it's evenly distributed amongst whales and whatever other, size holders, then, we can affect the price. It can affect the price. Whereas with OA wallet, at least, maximum 50% or maximum 10%. If it's a 90% OA wallet, only 10% can actually sell. So at least it'll keep the price. So, hey, there are pros and cons, right? And but Thomas, I think he's definitely not doing the OA route. He's definitely going with the auction route. And I'm to your point. So I would assume it's hard to say if the rate will be highest on day one because APR is dependent on the number of stakers. So if a lot of people start staking on day one compared to day two, then obviously the rate would, more people stake, the lower the rate. So if each day more and more people stake, which I think should be the case, and I would assume so, if people are getting into the project, you kind of want to stake it, then yeah, the rate will slowly decrease just like it did in Rex 1.0. What I'm trying to get at is don't expect I don't know when you guys joined, but 15%, 17%, 12%. I think maybe at most it's going to be around 8%. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. I just know that the APR is going to be drastically lower than what it was from Rex 1.0. And having a TREX will obviously give you the best rate, but it's not going to give you the initial share price like it did in Rex 1.0. It's going to be at some type of a discount or a multiplier. So this way you get more shares compared to a non-TREX stake. So that's basically that. So it's hard to say if it'll be highest on day one. I would assume rate APR should be the highest on day one, unless a bug or something else is discovered on day two and day three and day four. Then yeah, I don't know. That might change. Let's see here. Williams goes, he said it doesn't matter about interest, matters about how many shares you have. Exactly. And how many shares you have, it's going to be based on, how long you stake for, obviously how many, if you stake with a TREX, how much Rex are you going in there? Not to say it's bigger pays better. It's just that obviously if you have more Rex, you're going to have more shares. Let's see here. Barry, some people have bought a TREX early when the price was higher than 5,000. Yep, I was one of them, close to 6,000. And I thought it had dropped at that time. The reward now in Rex 2.0 is 10 times. Yes, so So Barry, I'm gonna tell you how. Okay, let's see. In my opinion, it would be more fair that people who bought at a higher price would get compensated for the price they bought the original TREX. That's kind of hard, Barry. It's kind of hard. I mean, the way things played out, definitely if you bought a TREX for more than $5,000, like myself, and worse yet, those who bought it for more than $10,000, like, I'm sorry, I think we're going to have to take a hit on that. Obviously, I would like to get my money back. Who wouldn't like to get their money back? But, at least we're going to get, starting off, I guess, $5,000 worth, right? And don't forget, with the TREX 2.0, there's going to be a price inflation every time 100 TREX is sold. If I remember correctly, 100 or maybe 1,000. I think it's 100. And you can only sell your TREX if there is, in Thomas's word, boost. Honestly, Thomas is the first person I've ever heard called BUSD, boost, and it took me a short time to figure out what he was talking about. But yeah, so when there's like enough BUSD, I guess 500 BUSD, then yeah, you can sell your TREX and get that 500 back. But don't expect that you're going to be able to sell all 10 TREX 2.0 and get all that 5,000 BUSD back. It's not going to happen that way. So it's going to take time, and be patient. And hey, if people are buying it and it becomes $505, then great. Hopefully, I don't know, lots of people will adopt Rex 2.0. It's going to be a great project like Thomas is hoping it will be and believes it will be. And, you can hear the excitement in his voice. But hey, who wouldn't be excited about their own project, right? So I would sound excited too if I was launching my coin, especially if I effed it up the first time and now I'm launching a second time and I still got followers and a strong community behind me. I'll be pretty excited too. So yeah, we'll see. Let's see. William says 25%. I got crazy. Yeah, I was lucky to get TREX when it was 1 BNB. I was lucky enough to join early enough, but when the price shot up and I saw the price come back down, I bought around around 5,800, and then I bought another one at I think 1,700 when the exploit was revealed and we knew what was going to happen. So yeah, and I sold them all for like $35, and TREX now is I think $78 or something. Yeah, $78. Like, what's going on, guys? I can't believe it. Could have doubled, almost tripled if I didn't sell so early. So yeah, T-Bill Awesome J said it to be 8%. No, don't quote me on that, T-Bill. It's not 8%. Don't quote me on that. I'm just guessing, just because he said, the rate's not going to be so high. At the end of the day, we all know it's 3.9, under 5%, under 4% annual inflation, right? We know that for sure. And, from the penalties, from those things and the scraping, it's going to be different, right? We're going to be penalized differently in Rex 2.0 compared to Rex 1.0. He's going to really penalize you for scraping it. He wants to give you that flexibility for an emergency, but you're going to be penalized heavily. So I'm not sure how it's going to work. And plus, you're not going to accumulate. You're not going to do 200% in 20 days or whatever days. It's not going to be like that. So it's a completely different strategy. I'd say it's going to be more similar to a hex strategy. If you guys are familiar with hex or already in hex, it's going to be like that. Just that you have that flexibility to scrape if need be and not have to do an emergency end stake. So yeah, William. Yeah, I know I was laughing too when I saw T-Build. So yeah, that's basically it, guys. Don't have much else to add to it. It's a wait and see. We'll see what is going to happen there. And yeah, like I said, feel free to leave a comment in the video. Shill your coins. Just no spamming, guys. I will delete that. But yeah, let me know what you're into. What might be another good staking coin or another CD and whatnot. It'll be great to at least cover something else in the meantime, because Rex 1.0, it's tough, but I will follow Rex 0.0 even after Rex 2.0 launches, just to keep tabs on it to see what's going on, and I will definitely be covering Rex 2.0 because I want to know what's happening on with my locked in money there. Amit Amit Gupta, what would be my staking strategy in Rex 2.0? I don't think split and double would work here. Yes, so yes, like I was just mentioning, it's gonna be different. I think I'll have a better idea once testnet is launched, like public testnet. Then we can play around with it, create, stakes. Thomas said, with Rex 2.0, you're not going to be setting up all 5 stakes. It won't make sense. So it really depends. I'm not sure what the penalty system will be, in terms of scraping and whatnot. We're going to have to see. So I would say maybe go on YouTube for now, check out staking ladders, ladder strategies and stuff like that. Most of it is for Hex right now. And I think Rex 2.0 will behave similar to Hex in terms of how much interest you get. And as a result, how you're going to have to plan out your staking strategies. But, I don't know. Obviously, I don't know. We'll have to see. So I don't think it's going to be the double and split and double. Like it's going to take, you can still do it. I just think it might take a really, really, really long time and it just won't work. Like I would not use that for Hex. It worked for Rex because, inflation was so high and the daily rate was so high. So that worked out in terms of time frame. No Name says rule change as we go. Amazing. Yeah, kind of. It is. It's amazing or a joke, whatever you want to call it. BXM, when I buy TREX 1.0 now, will I get... No, do not, guys. Anyone watching here who are thinking about buying anything for 2.0, the only thing, if you're going to buy for Rex 2.0 is Emrex, all right, guys? I'll make it really clear. I don't want you to lose any more money. Nothing, no Rex 1.0 you buy or TREX 1.0 you buy will affect Rex 2.0. Nothing will affect Rex 2.0 at all going forward. The only thing, if you want to buy, that's part of the classic series is Emrex, because Emrex will have utility in Rex 2.0. All right, so I want to make that clear. Please don't, guys, unless you want to for 2.0. No, if you want to stay in Rex 1.0 and play whatever game that it is right now, unlimited scraping, 9.59, percent inflation. If you want to play and get into that, by all means, go buy your TREX if you like, go buy more Emrex, more Rex, whatever. But if you think you want to buy anything for Rex 2.0, don't. Nothing will count, all right? All right, let's see here. No Name says Rex 1.0 lured people in with high APR and 2.0 will be like... Let me see here. Sorry, my chat's kind of minimized. Let me see what it says. Will be like Hex Thomas's genius. Well, it is possible, No Name, if you belong to that camp of thinking that all of this was planned from the get-go, that, hey, Thomas and Co. is going to create a 1.0 with limited amount of money and resources, and then somehow there will be some bug or some issue where they're going to be able to migrate everyone to 2.0, but by then they would have had, made some money and have, the liquidity to do 2.0 to the scale that they had wanted to initially planned. I don't know. It is possible, but like I said, I'm split 50.5 to 49.5 in favor of Thomas not doing it intentionally from the get-go. So it's close. It's very close. Let's see here. Brian, welcome to the chat. The live stream, and you're very welcome. William will be fine. Like I said before, he would be long gone if he didn't want to make this project work. The fact he is still here should be a blessing for all of us. Yeah, I agree. I would take off, especially if I wasn't doxxed either, right? If nobody knows who I am, where I live, sure, they might know, which continent, fine, but they don't have my face as like this rainbow, triple image of me, you know what I mean? They only hear my voice. Heck, if I want to scam you guys and I was able to yank all this liquidity and all this money, I would bounce. I would leave. I'll be adios, 100% I would leave. But there are long schemers too. You never know. Some people set out a plan and, it takes maybe 2 years, 3 years, 5 years to execute. It's a long time in crypto to do that, but hey, it is possible. So yeah, BXM, you're very welcome. T-Build, I would be careful buying more than one Emrex. The way things keep changing, Emrex could become unlimited versus 10K max. That is true. That is 100% true, T-Build. You don't know. Because right now, Thomas does have the flexibility to create whatever type of contract from Rex 2.0 to read Emrex and what it can and may or may not do. I haven't bought any more, to be honest with you. I think I just sold one Emrex for like $24. I feel like an idiot because it's like $61 again. Like, I keep losing on these booster sales, man. Holy smokes. I'm just surprised people are buying all this stuff. Like, and I told you guys a few streams ago, once Airdrop, Snapshot has been announced, the price is going to dump. And, you can see right here, like the price has dumped. And I'm just surprised that people are still buying it. I had people asking me like, hey, John, should I buy, some more Rex? Because it looks like we've hit the bottom. Like, it looks like the price was stable. And this was at, I think, like 5 zeros and a 5. Yeah, around there. And I said, I don't know. I said, it's possible. I can see it, right? If you dump, let's say $1,000 right now, and if the price doesn't move, then basically you're making 13% a day of that 1,000. So you're making $130 a day. So yeah, like you're gonna make some money. But that was like maybe, I don't know, a few days ago, and here we are. We got we got 6 zeros and an 8. So obviously that wouldn't be a smart thing to do. And I'm not sure why you guys would do that, because the inflation on Rex 1.0 is insane. There's just way too many more Rex being minted and available than there are adopters who are willing to pay for this thing and buy it up. So the price is only going to go down. And with more and more people just scraping and selling it, or they're thinking, hey, let me just scrape everything, create one big stake, so then I don't have to spend so much on fees to scrape and sell each time, they're going to be dumping big bags. Like, I'm not going to lie. I have like one stake, and this is just one stake out of all my stakes I have, is like 72 million. Every day is going to be like 7.2 million Rex that I have that I can just dump and just dump and dump. And I'll be honest with you, I'm just not doing it because it's just a waste of my time and the fees. Like, I'm just going to let it accumulate till it's worthwhile, I guess, and then dump it. But it's just going to push the price down. Let's see here. Amit, do you think Rex is better product than Hex due to scraping feature? Oh, that's hard to say. I mean, it's really difficult to say because, what Rex was supposed to be, it's not, and it's gone to the gutter, right? It's trash right now. It's not Rex 1.0. It's Wrecked 1.0, essentially. So I can't even compare a faulty product to Hex, which is a fully complete product that has been running for, I don't know, 600 plus days now, 100% uptime. I can do the Richard Hart, imitation. I can name like 11 times, sold on double, sold on double. You know what I'm talking about. So can I say that Rex is a better product? I can't. No, I can't. If Rex was what Rex was supposed to be, and we got to see it from day, when we joined, right? Then maybe I might have an argument for it, but I can't. The fact that the Rex, what I thought was really Rex, was a faulty Rex. It was a bugged Rex. And, I thought it was amazing. 110% once Testnet comes out, because I want to see those numbers. I really do want to see it. Let's see here. William, not as bad as not having enough BNB in your wallet for gas fees. Talk about new mistakes. Yeah, that's the worst. When let's say you're moving items or whatever, you're scraping, you don't have enough BNB, run out of coin for fees. It's a pain. The worst is actually Ethereum. You know what? It's funny, when I saw the price drop, I hold, like you guys know, I hold liquid Hex, and my strategy obviously was, using Rex, I was going to get a big bag and buy some more hex. Now, obviously that didn't pan out as expected, but, that dip didn't phase me at all. I bought hex so low and the price has, gone up so much from when I purchased it. And I went to the Telegram chat, the hex trading chat. And, I actually see people scared. I'm surprised. If you're new to certificate deposits, if you're new to hex or rex, I would actually suggest checking out all those Richard Hart videos, learn about hex. He really gives a clear view of CDs on the blockchain and, how hex operates. And it was very useful information knowledge for Rex, and that's why when I saw Rex, I jumped on it right away. I knew exactly what it was. It was basically hex with some, booster coins that added function features. So it's not exact copycat, obviously. But yeah, so I would definitely look into hex, understand it. And to buy the dip, I honestly considered it. My only concern, T-Build, is I do feel the price of hex will drop down further, especially once snapshot for, pulse chain is taken. And I say this because, it really depends, right? It depends what your investment goals are and how you want to proceed with it, right? And again, I'm not a financial advisor. It's not financial advice. So, for instance, you can buy right now and start staking it. It is a low price. If you're in the camp that says, I just want to, get more copies over to Pulse Chain, which is the smart thing to do, then yeah, you can buy and dump it. If you are already holding some hex, and you have some liquid hex, or you have some that are going to be coming up for maturity because you're planning, I want mine to mature, so it's liquid for Pulse Chain Network. That's kind of what I did. And then maybe you don't want to, if you're already loaded. Depends how much you're invested in, and depends how much you're willing to, risk and sacrifice and lose, right? Don't put in money that you need to pay for rent or, pay bills with. Only use what you can afford to lose, right? And expect to lose. So I think that's basically, that would be the answer, T-Build. It depends on your situation. 29 cents is pretty good. I can't say for certain it will be staying at 29 cents when the snapshot is announced. I do think that it will drop and, there will be some type of price discovery and price equilibrium between the Pulse network and the ETH network. Yeah, William, it's painful when, for ETH fees, I'm telling you, it's crazy how people use it. A lot of projects are migrating to Polygon. I don't blame them. All over the place because ETH is expensive, so it's going to take time for ETH 2.0 to be launched, right? And even then, once it gets launched, it takes time for that rate to come down for the fees. And there's going to be a lot of sharding involved. It's going to take time, so we'll see how it goes. And yeah, guys, that's basically it. 55 minutes live stream. Thank you all for listening and joining and supporting this channel. I'll see some of you guys in Telegram chat, and I do speak to some of you directly in DM. So yeah, it's always nice chatting and getting to know new people all around the world. From Australia to UK to India. Of course, North America, even in South America. So it's great to meet all you people and all of you supporting the channel. So that's it for now. I will see you guys soon. And let's see. William says, if you had one blockchain to pick, which of the 7 would you use? Ooh, that's a tough one. So let me see. Let me check that out. That's tough. Honestly, that's a really, really good question. It's hard. I mean, Polygon-matic is not bad, but they have issues. Solana, they had that issue recently. I would have picked them earlier. Phantom's not bad. H-bar, I mean, I've been watching H-bar, I'm not going to lie. I'm looking to scoop it up, hopefully in like 31 cents or so. I do think there is potential behind Hedera Hashgraph. Avalanche has a big name. Harmony. I think I'm going to stay away from Harmony. Pulse isn't out yet. Terra's not bad. I'd say probably between Phantom and Avalanche, I guess. But it's hard to say. I mean, they're all good. I own just about all of them, except for Terra and Phantom and H-bar. I'm just waiting to go in on H-bar for a good entry price. We'll see. I picked Solana, cheapest and fastest. Yeah, it is. Solana's great. There's a lot of a lot of these guys are coming out with great things, man, and it's going to be interesting. And just to go off topic here, I mean, the race between like Cardano and Solana is huge. Like, like I think right now between the two, it's who's going to get to launch the NFT market. Solana or Cardano. It's gonna be a powerhouse. So, yeah, it would be really interesting. But William, great question. It's hard. It's hard to choose. Like, they're all pretty good. And I'm at T Build C. The price might go down, but I think it will recover soon and make new all-time high. I really trust in Richard Hart that he won't let it stay down for long. He has capability and resources for that. 100%. I mean, it's temporary. It will go down. Even with a snapshot, I do believe it will drop, and I will think that eventually it'll find an equilibrium, guys. Like, if one chain, if you're gonna play around in a chain, are you gonna pay a lot of fees to do the same thing or pay less fees, right? And I think majority of you guys, like myself, would say I'd rather pay less fees, right? And then on Pulse Network, you can actually set up like legitimate ladders, like you can even do like, bi-monthly, bi-weekly, like you can do multiple, like lots of laddering, and it will be cheap, and that will attract a lot of people. So I can definitely see a lot of money moving over to the Pulse Network. Now, obviously, if you have a hex stake and you're locked in for, however long, depending on the price of hex and the penalties incurred, if it's worth it for you to emergency end stake, which we've seen, then by all means, that's your choice, right? Not financial advice, but I think most would probably just let it stay in, e-hex, right? If it's locked in, I'll let it stay, right? But if you have some liquid and you are trying to, game theory where, hey, what I'm going to do, let me keep, basically what I did, I'll let you guys know. I set up like 30, 60 day stakes, 90-day stakes, basically when I anticipated when Pulse Chain would launch. And the whole idea was, once my stakes mature, I collect my interest, I can, end stake it and not get penalized. I'll have more liquid hex, and then I can, sell it. And then, after the snapshot, sell it, and then have gunpowder waiting for p-hex, right? Or now what hex is called on the Pulse Network, and load up there because, I do expect the price to be lower on Pulse Chain than it is on ETH. And yes, there are going to be robots, there are going to be bots there, price bots that are going to buy up the price. So I'm not sure how much time everyone's going to have to buy up p-hex at a low price before it catches up to whatever price is on e-hex, right? So that's what I mean about price equilibrium. Eventually, if p-hex is, let's say, goes to like, I don't know, let's say $30, and at that time e-hex is at, let's say, $10, I can tell you people will start buying e-hex at $10 versus p-hex at $30, and it will happen. So eventually the price will be about the same. That's my guess, right? You're gonna have parties going on both ends. Now, I think, e-hex will slightly be lower in price than p-hex, only because, you save on fees over on Pulse Chain, and more people probably buy that up. But I'm not sure what the gap or disparity will be at which people will, flip-flop between the two. It really depends. So yeah, I'm excited for it, guys. I'm excited for the for Pulse Chain to go live. I sacrificed, and I'm not selling any. I might consider being a node or providing liquidity maybe that way, but I'm not selling, guys. I'm hanging on. If it hits a penny, I'm not selling. So just letting you guys know. Anyone out there who who didn't sacrifice and looking to get some Pulse Chain coins, you're not getting it from me. I'll tell you that much. So good luck on launch day. William, thanks, John, for another great video. See you on the gram. Yeah, definitely. Rex Maximus, yes. T-Build, thanks, Jay, for the live stream. And 8% per day quote. Well, don't quote me on that, T-Build. I'm just guessing, I'm not any type of mathematician, so we'll see. So thank you very much, guys. It's been an hour. I'll see you guys soon in the next stream, whether it's live or pre-recorded. So thanks a lot. Have and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Cheers. Bye.